Leverkusen, it's me Lucy against Atalanta. Yeah, for sure. Now, Chairman, what about the tactical field and I say football and philosophies new in idea? We call something tactical fatigue and concentration. Now, tactical fatigue and concentration. You could see, say, Bayern Leverkusen from the first goal to the second goal now, almost conceding in the first half now. You could see, say, they were very relaxed, and we all were terming it as composure from Bayern Leverkusen because they can bounce back at any time. But being relaxed in a game is different from intensifying your composure. You can have your composure and intensify the game. We'll be paying on one ball, how physical you are, how ready you are for the second ball. That was the disease. A cool team by Leverkusen against Atalanta, conceding 3 goals in that space of 90 plus 4 minutes. Now you call on the side of Atalanta, Gasperini and the boys now. For me personally, I feel say Gasperini and his boys in Atalanta, no, they controlled the game off the ball. And for them to control the game off the ball, no, they dictated the tempo of the game without the ball. They dictated where and which channel team Bayern Leverkusen ever play through. They dictated the tempo as to the speed in that team Bayern Leverkusen ever movie and that's one progress on from their build-up phase to the penetrating phase. And Evan Sana is setting up confusion and that of frustrations to the Bayern setup, and we could see say frustration and so Xabi Alonso on the touchline. It is why because Atlanta were controlling the ball even though they had less possession of the game. Now, Chairman, you share idea about I feel say Atlanta and Gasperini kudos to Gasperini and any coaching staff, no, because I feel say they give detailed profiling to team Bayern Leverkusen for defense, no, because so what Atlanta they attack through the channels, through the right zones. When we attacking the perfect zones, no meaning say whenever we attack, we are going to hit team Bayern Leverkusen. Now you share the problems as to why a team Bayern Leverkusen ultimately leaking 3 goals unanswered, and that's what we team cry consolidation goal cry because typical Bayern they winning say what shall I be obinya 1 goal obedient obetimi I respond back, but we couldn't see that. The main reason Sadio na eto Bayern Leverkusen at this top level in the finals of the Europe, and your be reaction in football. Your reaction in football, we have the reactive reaction, then we have the proactive reaction. Reactive reaction is a incident in series, you know, na afina oba reactive. But proactive reaction is a incident in series, you know. You have high anticipation. Say Sadio in a basi, so you prepare yourself towards that situation na ebano sana. Incident in series, you have solutions at hand. Clear, but you could see clearly say team Bayern Leverkusen in this game, no, they went in for the reactive approach, which is very unusual of them. It's and only the first killer disease team Bayern Leverkusen. Now, Chairman, you share some reactions now make one some to the 3 goals now we could see say it was there. Now, further bit to me the first video no up to screen so your viewers this is the first goal from team Atlanta where Lookman used a technique late run exploiting the blind side of Palacios in the 18-yard box. Now, the first typical reaction I make one they say if you are a player and looking at Palacios, your time onya ya na kobetini ehia ball no reason I went in ehia ball no say one year scanning, critical scanning. Your be initial scan, critical scan before a ball no be ben you should check before a ball no so ebeba be ben wo nine no you should do that critical check. 1 year side so he was unaware say Lookman wonechi. Now the second disease I mean from this first goal and say Palacios was standing flat, and as a defender, as a defensive midfielder, whether you are a sitting defender or a floating defensive midfielder, I feel say you should always be on your toes. If he was on his toes, no otimi who's reaction now. Lookman here no as a late runner, and he could have dealt with this ball because this is not a ball. I was say ending inside the back of the net. So finishing at the back post with a late run, that is the reaction and Anka Palacios and also Otimi Eye. Now Yanko second goal, you share the second goal now. You could see clearly say Palacios and Xhaka in the second video, no, they are floating defensive midfielders. And one issue with floating defensive midfielders, so who operating with that, and they say your zone 14 will always be open. open. But when you're a certain defensive midfielder, zone 14 is always protected. And zone 14 on the pitch, no, hey, baby, as I no, at that 18-yard box in any no. So this is the second goal. We share Adam Lookman of the left half space. Now we're drifting up back zone 14. Waiting more space and freedom on the idea. And they are finishing ball. So in this situation, I will blame Ta, the captain, for team by Leverkusen, because if you are playing a back three and you are playing with two floating defensive midfielders, the middle center back in the back three and also occupy and also protected zone 14. So this again is another one attack couldn't react to that situation. Now share the third goal. Now fast forward. Now analysis way. There is something in football we call qualitative superiority. Qualitative superiority in the third video, no, and then say there is a player or weaker side to his game. Now what the player or much quality Eddie Aplanti was a player and also it means the quality of the attacking player no was crossing the defender. Now in this situation we have a 1v1 situation with Tapsoba and that of Abrante and Adam Lookman. Look at when a striker release the ball on Adam Lookman. Adam Lookman to me play with both feet. The first critical thing when it comes to qualitative superiority is or exploiting the weak side of Tapsoba, because Tapsoba is left-footed. So watch how Tapsoba will be open up in the body in a way say Adam Lookman right inside and cut it in and go, but rather over forcing Amana the outside. But one thing I hear disadvantage to Tapsoba and say if Adam Lookman call the outsider, he's comfortable on the left, but Tapsoba is not comfortable on the right because left-footed. So first goal, it came down to reaction. Say Palacios, I very stable, I very flat. That was what caused the goal. The second goal, no, that one too was because there was no presence of a sitting defensive midfielder that protected the zone 14, and the last goal was due to qualitative superiority. Okay, yeah, me da say na obi bisa a question about the way improving case here. Yeah, Leicester City have rented the Dinde Fatawi Shahaku and West Ham. And so, boy, I need Mohamed Kudus. Osha, why not improve it? Ken, for me, Mecca said Mohamed Kudus. Okay. I feel say still Fatawi Shahaku has a lot of learning curves. Or when you may be but Kudus Mohamed the all-round game. Improve the goal scoring, the creativity, 1v1 dribbling in tight spaces. Or the war I ask you, but don't say we see no Kamal Dean or Fatawi Shahaku na instead than yet, sir. Sure. Good. One natural side of Fatawi Shahaku say you cut it in and found to a stronger foot, which is the left from the right hand side of attack now. And no, it is easy for him to score or assist. But one thing I need to be criticizing is say aside that element of the play, no, there was nothing. Okay. But since you could see so called less than Ogususia or Katina when to release the ball to the back post, the near post, and I say ube a chip cross, and I say in swinger B, and I say ube take a shot. Now options about the count, but on the consistent base, no, if I see that and I can pick Fatawi Shahaku as a player who improving most. But if we put Kudus on the right hand side, or that element now, Fatawi Shahaku unya no. So we play Kudus as a false nine, you get a lot of quality from him, dropping and playing that 8.5 role, playing as that Mezala even in midfield as a number 10 or let's say half number 8. So I feel say the all-round game of Kudus Mohamed improving than that of Fatawi Shahaku. Okay. Quickly now, Mohamed Tinasina, you will Suanumame. Please, do you think Hansi Flick will be a perfect coach for Barcelona next season? I am Derek, watching you live from Achim Odan. And Derek and Odessa a message with the Abase ye musau ntimi busa we for 1 minute per mama say in case say ebia Barcelona Javi Kwan now the Hansi Flick aba or be perfect manager for team Barcelona for next season. Okay, chairman, I feel say Hansi Flick is a good coach. The philosophies and the training methods and the playing methods, you know. Some way, somehow, a very big gamble for Team Barcelona. Because before we say Ernesto Valverde, a similar approach to that of Hansi Flick, the direct counter-attacking football. But we call Barcelona team philosophy, no players now, who produce it through their ranks now. What they play there is typical positional play. Okay. You will get a little bit of positional play from Hansi Flick on the side, but you wouldn't get a total football philosophy now Barcelona Ebono. So I feel say Hansi Flick style of play, is more counter-based football. But would set up that in Team Barcelona, you are limiting certain people with more ability, like Lamine Yamal, only suited to counter-attacking football. He would love to be most 80% of the time in the space of 90 minutes in the final third. So I feel say Hansi Flick would be a little gamble because that intensity now, or you see what Bayern and even in the German national team now, you could see say if someone on the moment adapted to that positional play now, or best struggle with Team Barcelona.
Me da say enti ma yem phone si wa na Mohamed Evin Emra na fi me dim komo na how the vote prepare for